Okay, guys, I have a lot of talk about Moderna. I've actually traded this one before the earnings due to this simple reason of run up to earnings here. So, Moderna, let me talk about this. What we want to look for, this is so basic. Keep trading so simple. When you are near this green band, and if you're in my Discord, you'll have these settings. I have education on how to use all this properly. But this is basically like your average true range. This is where a stock goes one way, like to the extreme, like this is really oversold, and that's where it usually looks for a bounce. Same thing on the upper. This is where stock goes up big, and then we look for a correction to the downside. Now, where do we look for these reversions of the means? That's going to be your EMA 5, the 10, and the 20. Well, since we just hit the 10, all these EMAs right in here, we're not really due for a 20 and 10 anytime soon. We just hit the EMA 5 right in here at the earliest. So this candle right here is only 1 day of time distance, not touching the EMA 5, and then 2 days of time distance right in here, not touching the 20 and 10. Hope that makes sense. But the short things here is I want to target the EMA 5 because we know that's going to get hit soon, but I also want to look for, are we close to this ATR average to range of 4, and then do we have at least like 5 candles not touching the EMA 5? So as of that scenario, I would not buy Moderna based on that because I need to wait for more daily candles. You might be tempted to buy it. You're like, wow, it's down 8%, and then this day it's down 6%, and then on earnings it was down 3%. It had a little move up just to what? Correct, to hit this EMA 20 act as resistance. I traded this one briefly just from here to here. Made a decent gain because I knew that EMA 20 was due. This was a 10% move from the lows, and I was looking for earnings run up, and that's what we got. So here's Moderna all throughout here. You can see we're in a downtrend. Look at this. We were at a high of $170 and we just kept going down and down. But look at this. We're having kind of this scenario here. You see how we just come plummeting down, and we haven't touched this EMA 5 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this was the 8th day of the candle. But you could see, though, as price drops big, it takes time for price to come back to this EMA 5. So as you can see right in here, we dropped 21%, 8%, and 3%. And then right in here, when you hug this band for a couple candles, then you start to see it curling back up. This was a nice, beautiful gain of just a reversion to the mean. You'll make a 17% gain. And then price goes back down. And then we go back up, and then price goes down and back up. But look at the scenarios we're hitting. What are we hitting all the time? This 10 got hit and downtrend. 10 gets hit, goes above it a little, that's fine, and then downtrend. 10 gets hit, downtrend. 10 gets hit, downtrend. But we have to eventually realize we are eventually going to hit this EMA 20. And to a T, this hits the 20, and that is your full reversion to mean. That's like, okay, you need to get out because we're in a downtrend. The EMAs are all down. The chances of this breaking that trend is hard because we just now had that first touch of the 20. We had this touch, and then we had this touch, and then we keep going down. So, I mean, obviously, the more times you touch the 20, eventually you will break out of it. But now's not the time to indicate that. We just wanted to get the for sure thing in the market. Reversion to mean will always happen. So if you keep playing this, all these little corrections, you don't have to hold this long term. You make your 10% here, make another 10% from this low. I did this one just, even though this didn't hit the band, I was like, I'll just trade it just for that earnings run up, made 10% here. Now we had this big drop down, and we're looking for this ATR4 to get touched. Another thing I like to look for, this is kind of a unique way, is I like to look at the weekly. Are we at this lower band here? The weekly candle is going to give me a longer term out approach. And you can see on the weekly, look how clear this is. EMA 5 rejection, 5 rejection, 5 rejection, 5 rejection, 5 rejection. So you could clearly see this 5 is big resistance. So if I label this to the EMA 5, we have a 18% move up to that EMA 5. So it's good to see we're clearly away from the EMA 5, but I don't want to just get in based on that. I want to look for, do we get close to this lower touch here? If we do, this is a great weekly out approach. And I'll give you a key. Anything that don't touch this EMA 20 in 6 months is long. So if we look at it, we're at 802, we physically touched this EMA 20. So 9, 10, 11. So we only are at 3 months. So we really can't provide a weekly signal just to go up to that 20. We need 3 months more of time distance. There's a lot of math involved in this, and it's once you learn it all and you watch my videos over and over, you'll see how religiously this stuff works. You'll be amazed. You're like, why the heck did I buy Moderna at 50, 60, 70, 80, and I just kept holding and holding it, and why did I just buy it right at the EMA 20? You might be like, oh, this is your reversion mean, and a lot of retail traders see price go up and they buy it here, and this is where it's the boring moment. It either just goes strong down, or it consolidates, and then it either goes up or down here, and this is the down move, right? And you'll see how this strategy works. And then you might be like, Moderna's going up big, and it's going up big, it's going to the moon, and you might be like, wow, it's touching this upper band. Why did I ever buy that, right? And I'm telling you, when I figured this out, and I took many years of just loneliness and just like trying to figure this out because I got tired of freaking losing the market. I'd be buying everything when it's running. Instead, I need to buy things when it's down, undervalued. This right here is puts all day. I'd be shorting them. I'd be shorting Moderna, and then sure enough, we had that trend reversal. So as you can see right here on the upside, EMA 20 will get hit. So we do this. EMA 20 gets hit to a T, and then we try to go up. We try to go up, and then we hit it again. We try, and then the more times we hit this 20, we eventually break through. We have a new trend forming. So the markets are very predictable. Market moves in waves. Things don't just go straight down. Things don't go just straight up. So the best thing, in my opinion, is to trade those reversions to the mean. If we go to the EMA 5 right now, that is a 13% move. Keep rinsing and repeating these kind of plays. There's thousands of stocks to play that have setups that are way better than this, and I keep rinsing and repeating that. 10%, 10%, 10%. That's the goal. Aim small. Get a small piece of the pie. Don't try to make the whole piece of the pie all at once and be like, oh, I'm going to invest in Moderna at $40, and then I'm going to wait next year when it eventually gets over 100. Well, that's a big if. That's a really big if. It might not go, and it could go straight down to $20, and you could be losing on your investment when you could be making money, constantly, every day, and not hold that long. If I was going to invest in something, first, I need to see dividends. This is not a stock that I just want to be like, I'm just going to hold this thing forever, right? I think this is a great valuation. If we look at the chart, let's just go to a monthly chart here so we can see basic support and resistance. I mean, we've had this big monster move up due to the COVID, right? And then you can see where we at resist support. We did break this big support here, right here at around the 46.52. We went down to 42. Your next big support would be around $29. So that's just too much to wait for. I'm going to trade this system. This system works. Give this 4 daily candles, not touching the MA5. See where we're at this lower band, and we'll go from there. If you guys want to join the Discord, one of the best and like I'm telling you, one of the most unique strategies you will ever find on how to catch bottom reversals. I catch these bottoms like it's insane, right? Because I've been doing this for a while, like I said, over 6 years, and I look for plays that are just extremely depressing. A lot of people see a chart like this and they don't want to touch it. Well, as for me, I would like to touch this because I've seen it happen so many times, and in my mind, I'm like, okay, we know reversions have to happen, so if we look for extreme patterns, we can get those big reversal moves up. So if you want to join the Discord, click the link down below in YouTube comments below, or in my description, it'll say join the premium Discord for my alerts and system, and it'll take you to this free chat landing page. If you want to become a member, all you have to do is hit day trade alerts, and it will say, would you like to subscribe? It will give you access to the best membership and the highest tier, and you'll get access to day trades and swing trades. You're gonna love my day trades. If you get bored swing trading, because sometimes you have to wait a bit, try the day trades. There's something always to do. 1 to 2 plays, 3 plays a day, and they give nice consistent wins. Hit server shopping. You can read about the 2 services I offer. Swing trading is just $6, but I recommend do the duplicate, do the big package for only literally $6 more. It's $12 a month, and you'll have a strategy that you can use for a lifetime that works in any environment, any markets. It does not matter because we know, like I said, the one thing that's going to happen is reversions to the mean. So I will always find a stock that is either just pumping up really big and I look to short it, or going down really big and I'm looking to go long. And these are the type of patterns I look for, guys. So this is it. This is my analysis on Moderna. Be patient. I know it seems like, wow, this thing, can't go any further. But the minute you say that, it can go further down. So I would be looking for that. Also, the KDJ is at 11.53. I like to see near 5. This is not extremely oversold on that KDJ. That's just another indicator. It's a stochastic. It's one of the best stochastic oscillators out there. But yeah, I'm looking around for this one. I would like to see a closer ATR 4 touch here, and I kind of want to see it hug it for 1 to 2 daily candles. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Give it a like, subscribe, comment. Hope to see you in the Discord, and let's make some bank together. Peace out.